So the Samsung Galaxy S10, without a doubt, is probably one of the more interesting phones that Samsung's ever made. But this is also still a very surprising phone because this is a 4-year-old device, over 4-year-old, almost 5 years old, that has an amazing camera and is probably the oldest Samsung device, in my opinion, that has a great mixture of being an old phone that's fairly cheap, that has an exceptional camera without a doubt. So this particular phone, whenever I went ahead and reviewed it against the Galaxy S20, S21, S22, S23, iPhone 15s, any of the iPhones that have came out even since this particular phone, I'm always shocked by how good of a job this 2019 flagship still holds up to this day and age. So to give you kind of a rundown, this was a major, I would say, upgrade coming from the Samsung Galaxy S9. The S9 was not that big of a hardware change, but it was a very, very decent upgrade coming from the S8. The S10, on the other hand, monumental change, and a lot of the effects of the Galaxy S10 are still being, felt today, even with the S23, and even some of the rumors of the S24. Now, what I love about this camera is that you are getting that triple camera setup that is still there on the Galaxy S23. You are getting that wide, telephoto, and ultra-wide sensor. Now, what this basically means is that you are having the ability of zooming in a ton into a photo and also zooming out with that ultra-wide camera. At this point in 2019, most phones were starting to get that triple camera setup, but this was one of the earlier phones of 2019, which basically brought that capability. Eventually later on in 2019, the iPhone 11 Pro came out with a triple camera setup, but what I love about this phone is that it did not shy back on the resolutions it gave us either. Having 4K at 60 on the front and the back on this particular phone was so amazing, and I love that Samsung gave us this type of capability. But also, a very important thing to keep in mind is that is just on the hardware side. The software of this phone from a camera standpoint is insane. Samsung notoriously has given us some of the best camera capabilities without a doubt on every single Samsung phone, I would say since the Galaxy S8. Almost every single camera that Samsung has made on their devices has had so many features built into their cameras, which has been amazing. The thing I loved about the Galaxy S10 was that it did get One UI. It started off with One UI 1. It did end off with One UI 4, technically 4.1. And the coolest thing about this particular phone is that it had so much capability within the camera, it was not even funny. You were basically having all those pro features built in with these particular phones. You were getting all the features that One UI 2 brought or 2.5 brought. And from a hardware standpoint, it had the hardware there, but Samsung gave us the software too. And now, almost 5 years later after this phone has came out, it is probably the one phone that I continue kind of to look back on. And I'm surprised how good of a job Samsung did at that point and how good of a job they're still doing on their current phones. But I think, like I said before early on in this video, the effect of the Galaxy S10 and that camera and how old this phone is still being felt even on some of the rumors of the Galaxy S24, which is insane. So, if you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.